Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for night 3 of season 2 of UMDisblind, the hottest romantic TV show taking over the University of Maryland in College Park. I'm your host as always, Stephen Mailing, and after the hurricane hit, I was out of power for about a day and a half, but now since my power is on, it is time to get going on this content and see who's able to power up into the next night and possibly en route to a match here on the show. So let's see what the cast had to say prior to their dates tonight.
What I was lacking was some musical accompaniment. And so, right now, I got this. I'll be like, hey girl.
You're on Zoom with your other match, she's upset. She's going off about something that you said. She doesn't get your humor like I do. I'm in my room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm wondering who I'm gonna match with on UMDisblind.
I did not get eliminated. I have a hunch that I am going to be around even longer than just this week.
I'm really excited about the dates tonight, so they're gonna be fun. I'd also like you guys to meet my dog, Simba.
Night 3 of these dates, but this time it's gonna be 10 minutes. Dude, I am hyped.
I've been really nervous. I'm like only gonna get one guy back. But hopefully that won't happen.
Right now I'm on the top of a mountain.
Hopefully at least 3 of them pick me back, because that's kind of awkward.
I think that I'm gonna ask a lot of fun questions that is really gonna help me get to know the other person, so I'm excited for that.
And I'm a little scared, not gonna lie. So
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna creep the girls the fuck out, but it's gonna be fun. Hopefully they'll remember me. Sayonara.
I feel like when I'm around friends, I'm definitely like the one who's more outgoing. Like a lot of my friends, whenever they like have to like confront people or do something, they always like ask me to do it. I just like don't really care like if what strangers think, so I'll just like do it.
Next, I met with Arturo, and I don't really think we had like a great conversation. I think the whole thing was just kind of awkward.
But like, what are you talking about? You talking about it's like, are you asking like for directions, or you mean like
it can be like
Casey, and honestly, like, something was up. Like, I feel like she was receiving my things a little late.
I feel like for anything, like, I don't know, like if they want me to like call out someone who's being like a bitch or something.
Oh, so you're that friend.
Like stop and start, and the analogy I sort of connected it to was a lawnmower, and I had to like.
I'm definitely like way more confrontational than some of my other friends.
Oh, confrontational.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a wait. So no, I feel like that's a thing that what's it called? That like parents are. Like my dad, like especially, he's like when something doesn't go in way, he goes like full Karen mode.
In the middle, I mentioned how like I stand up for my friends and like I can be confrontational.
Like, oh my God, really? I don't want to be called a Karen. I don't want to be a Karen.
Okay. All right, so I'm writing this down. Casey, Karen. All right.
Oh my God, no.
No, but.
And then he called me a Karen, and I just found that really insulting, especially with like the connotations Karen has, like today during like these times. So I didn't really appreciate that.
Honestly, that was a little more awkward, but got through it, and it's not terrible.
Hello? Dylan! How's it going?
Good. It's going good.
Kronk. He was super excited to talk to me, which made me feel like so kind of, it was like a nice like thing to say. Like he didn't have to be as excited as he was, but he was like, oh my God, like I got to talk to you again. Like I was really hoping for it. And I was too. I had a really good conversation.
That was so sweet. Aww.
She is amazing. Like I could talk with his person all day if I had, like if people were holding a gun to our heads, like, and threatening to shoot us if we'd like even and like stop talking for even like 10 seconds. I could go forever talking with her.
Aw, that's cute. A little interesting,
but still cute.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally feel. So my dog just escaped. This is an emergency.
And then my dog escaped, like right in the middle of the conversation.
Oh
what?
my god.
Yeah, dog.
My dog just escaped. Oh my god. Producer, help me. Wait 1 second. Hold on. Guys,
We just moved and my dog doesn't really know the area that well, so I was kind of freaking out. And so I was like, hold on, wait a second.
Okay.
And you can like hear me screaming for around my house, like, go away, escaped. And I ran into my mom and she was like, go on your dates. This is super important. Like, I got her. And so I was trying to chase her, but she like darted off. So that was embarrassing.
Dog, please go back. Please go back, dog. Please go back. Please go back. Please. So her dog got out and she had to actually leave the date and go after it for like a period of time. And
Oh my god.
hello.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I feel so bad.
Then I was super flustered and like came back and kept on apologizing. So I hope it didn't ruin the date. I think that he like sounded really excited to talk to me, so I hope that didn't like ruin it, but I felt bad because it took up like a couple minutes of the time.
No, you're good.
I'm really sorry about
much
that.
less important than your animal, than your dog. I am well aware of this. Dogs come before people, 100%. Luckily, she did get the dog back. That I was actually like kind of worried about that because like as much as I like can get annoyed with my dog from time to time, I know that like if she got on the loose, I would be very worried, and I'm just glad she got her dog back.
I'm really sorry.
You're good.
Here's the bitching question. She's fine now.
What's the worst like date or like thing that you've been on?
What's the worst date I've been on?
First person I talked to was Chandler, and I was very excited about that.
Yeah, or like hang out, whatever. Netflix.
Okay. I have only honestly, I've only had like one bad date, and to be honest, it was a Tinder date.
My first date was with Snooki. It was a lot of fun. She always keeps me on my toes, and she's super funny.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, like we were talking for a little bit and I was just trying to get to know her. Like I wanted to like kind of like put together a date that I thought would be like thoughtful and be like, you know, she would enjoy. So like we went to DC and we saw a movie in this like old-timey like movie theater, and it was like,
One of the questions I asked him was what the worst date he had been on would be, and he was telling me this really cute story about how he like set up this date for him and this girl that like something that she would really like.
it was an Audrey Hepburn film, and I'm like, you know, that's just not something I watch, but that was something that she likes, and so I was like, okay, like, you know, we can do this, we'll get dinner.
Yeah.
We also got to talking about our worst dates. My worst date was not as bad as hers, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
So, like we were just chilling, watching the movie, and like I guess we were like kind of cuddling up next to each other, but like my hand and like I just started cramping up, and so like I kind of like let go and like kind of just started like stretching a little bit, and then she just like flips her hair at me and like turns away from me. So like she thought that I was like, that was my signal of like, I'm not into it, like, see ya.
That like he wasn't so interested in. And then I say for mine, I was like with this guy,
Mhm.
and you know, we're like hanging out,
Yeah.
whatever. Oh my god, I don't want to say this. Okay, he like stuck his full tongue down my ear.
The following message is now brought to you by the hashtag Justice for Snooki's Ear Foundation.
Hey, Take it away, Penny!
Oh, hell no! But, yeah, it had to deal with a guy sticking his tongue down her ear and how he names and clothes his stuffed animals.
He had a teddy bear.
No.
And everything, and it was like fully clothed. And that someone stuck their tongue down my ear. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, he's like, oh yeah, like I totally simped for this girl, and I'm like, oh, I got tongue fucked in the ear.
But we had a good laugh, so I had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. I have a question for you.
My second date was with Ben. He's so sweet. Like, I really enjoy talking to him. He's just like a nice, wholesome guy.
Okay.
I actually stole this question from Gwen, but what keeps you up at night?
Oh, what keeps me up at night?
We connected really well about a lot of different things. I asked her what, keeps her up at night. That's not coronavirus.
That's okay. Honestly, I guess this is also like what's my biggest fear. And my biggest fear, and I don't know if this really keeps me up at night, but I've always certain times I'll think about I'm really fearful of death, but not really just
Me too.
The first thing he asked me was what keeps me up at night, and honestly, what keeps me up at night is also a really big fear of mine, and that's death.
But letting the people that I love, having the people that I love say goodbye to me. I think about the people who have died in my life and how much pain it caused me when they died.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of fearful of just the pain that it'll cause on the people that I love when I pass away.
Dying is a pretty deep thing to talk about, and we really delved in immediately, and we had a connection there.
So that's I don't know, that kind of keeps me up at night because I don't want them to suffer or
exactly.
be sad because I left, if that makes sense. So
yeah, I've definitely thought that before.
Ben, he's great. I really do hope that he picks me to be his match. If he doesn't, I'll be kind of sad, but yeah.
So, what was the craziest thing you've done on campus so far, or at college, really?
So funny, because someone on the first round of dates asked me this question, and I was like, I don't know, because I guess it depends on your definition of crazy.
And I didn't think that the conversation flowed super well. I feel like I asked a lot of questions in the beginning, and then there were mad awkward silences, and then he would ask a question. It had to get awkward for him to ask a question.
Crazy, my friends and I carried a couch to bottom of McKeldin and did a friend's photo shoot and swam in the fountain and then carried the couch and offered it to Testudo. We're
Ladies and gentlemen, now that is dedication.
Going to the hospital with my friend and staying there overnight because he drank too much. I don't know, it kind of depends on your definition of crazy.
So, yeah, I think my date with Tessa was pretty good. We, seem to both like board games and staying in and stuff like that.
So back behind Stamp, there was a bunch of there's a bunch of old tables. They had round tables.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of my friends one day we went down there and rolled the table all the way back to our dorm in Oakland.
But then at the end it started to pick up a little bit, and he said he's not a huge frat guy partier, which is totally okay.
We went straight through the door, past the guy at the desk who looked up, saw us doing it, and then looked straight back down. Shout out UMPD, the only department in the nation that can write an $150 ticket for jaywalking, but can't find kids pushing a table from one dorm to another.
Oh my god.
Pretty well. I think that was a good date, but a little disheartened that I only had one. Thought I would have had at least, not one.
Alright, I like number one, cute ideas for Zoom dates. I feel like that's relevant at this time.
Maverick, I thought he's nice. Just nothing there really. He's a nice guy, just don't see anything between us.
Oh, it totally is relevant, but I kind of hate Zoom so much. I cannot wait for society to evolve past the need for Zoom for every kind of social interaction.
I know, right? I know.
And I got it.
I don't know. She seems pretty cool. Like, just overall, like, I don't know. The general vibe she gives me is one of kind of like, I don't know. I'm cool doing me. I don't give a fuck what, if people give a shit. Like, at the end of the day, she seems like she's really just cool doing her. It's just it's not a good way to interact, especially, like, if you can't see somebody's face, like on a blind dating thing,
That's fine, I guess.
I'd be rather sitting across the table from the people I'm talking to, and just like sharing a drink or like
exactly.
Her hair's pink. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm in full support of people doing them. I don't know if I would dye my hair pink. So, like, at the end of the day, like, maybe it looks fucking amazing. And if it looks amazing, then cool. But, like, I don't know. We'll see.
But funny thing happened. So like I was looking on like my DRL, like the housing like website.
Date with Ben was mediocre. If I have to give a score, it'll be like 6.5.
Yeah.
I was trying to see who my suite mates were going to be, and there was only one guy in the suite that was supposed to live with me. When it came to Gwen, I think that she was really cool too. We are actually from the same county, and like he DM'd me a couple days ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be living there anymore." So like now I don't have anybody in my suite.
It's just, I feel like high school reunion or something you would strike up with a friend during your walk to like a class together.
Wait, like no one? It's like all to yourself?
Yeah, I have no roommates, which is like weird because like I don't know. It's just like UMD usually has every single room filled. Like there's no space, but like literally I have an entire suite to myself. So I don't know. I think we really connected, and the only thing that like I was a little bit worried about was I've heard from the boys a couple things, and that's kind of like swaying me to make her third instead of a little bit higher. But all in all, she's still really cool. I'm excited to talk to her some more.
Totally. What? Okay, so let me think. Something that always makes me smile. I'm like the biggest softie of all time, like despite being like pretty gregarious and outgoing. I have like a massive soft spot, like particularly for like cute animal videos.
Julie, and it was a great conversation. It was longer, and it felt like very like well reciprocated, and we both were asking interesting questions. Like we came prepared.
My IGTV feed is exclusively 3 things. It is like skincare routines, woodworking tutorials, and like those like really cool like epoxy pour over things with the little holes. You know what I mean?
Started off with Margot, and we bonded over being like the mom of the friend group, which I totally relate to.
Yeah. Oh, those are fun to watch.
And literally just golden retriever videos are like at least half of it.
Golden retrievers? I used to have one.
That's adorable.
I'm obsessed with golden retrievers. I want to when I'm older.
Dogs. They're such good dogs.
I know. You can't be mad at them ever.
She has 2 dogs, which I thought 1 dog, but call me wrong. She has Bernese Mountain Dogs. Those are powerhouse dogs. Incredible dogs.
But yeah, so how, like, what have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Dude, I can't believe it's been a week since we've talked. That's wild to me.
I first met with Dale Turp. I think our conversation went really well.
Like, I was thinking about it because, like, we were talking in the boys group chat, and we were talking, and it was, like, 2 days later, and one of the guys was like, are we recording tonight? And then it was like, he was like, oh, wait, it's been 2 days. And I was like, I thought about it, like, yesterday, and I was like, it's really been 6 whole days, but it feels like it was, like, a month. Casey and I, first date, went so well yet again. I was just so excited to talk with her again and just, like, converse and just be with her and just chatting with her again in a weird way.
Yeah, it feels like so long ago, and it was, like, only for 5 minutes, so it was, like, it feels like so much longer because of that.
He had questions prepared like last time, which helped me because I don't like thinking of things.
Facts. I mean, there were like the surface level questions, but even so, I felt like I got to know you.
Honestly, we had such a good conversation again.
Pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like you had really good questions prepared.
Oh my gosh, thanks. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But everything just flowed really well. I don't think there were like any awkward moments or anything like that, and it was just like a nice casual conversation. Like, wasn't like the surface level icebreakers, but we also didn't get super deep or anything like that.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm up in Maine right now, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Ray, we had a good date. He was in a log cabin, so his Wi-Fi kept cutting out. So
that's why my Wi-Fi is bad, because I'm on this cabin Wi-Fi right now.
oh my
So if I cut off in the middle, or if you cut off and I can't hear you, this is the price we pay.
My date with Regina, I learned a little bit more about her research.
So I don't have any of my notes from the first week, so you're gonna need to
Oh,
catch me
I
up a
got
little bit.
you. We had a really good convo. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, okay. I said we had like a chill vibe. We were talking about like summer, like what we do in the summer, a perfect day, like sleeping in. I said I was athletic, and you're like, oh, she's athletic.
I was gonna ask you about that. So what do you do? Like, what is your athletic area?
Our athleticism. He likes to dance. Like, it was just a good combo overall.
Okay. So I played soccer when I was little.
Okay.
And then I've been swimming on like a summer swim team for 13 years.
About why she thinks she's athletic. Gosh, I'm really close.
And like, I don't know what it is about him, but like, I'm attracted to his voice or something. There's something about him that just like, I feel like I get this like cute vibe off him. Like, I feel like he's really cute.
So that is going to do it for tonight's episode of UMD is Blind Season 2. Now, be on the lookout, though, because this coming week, we're going to be dropping a new episode, never before done concept, only in Season 2 we started this, and it's called Second Chance Night. Now, what we did was anyone who had 3 or less dates from tonight's round of dates were able to opt in or opt out and keep their matches. But if they did opt in, they were going to have dates with all the other girls / guys that opted in to Second Chance Night. From there, they were able to rearrange their matches possibly and head into night 4 with more or less dates than what they started with in night 3. Obviously, that gives everyone a more successful chance to have a match here on the show. But anyways, for all the cast and producers of UMD is Blind, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. Be on the lookout, because that episode is coming soon. We'll see you later.